1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, guys?
But I sure damn know that I look better than all of your girlfriends here. Combined.
Yes, yes.
Combined.
Hey, siphatha amashisa thina.
It's combined.
Siphatha amashisa.
Nonke.
Slay Queen plus
Hashtag.
Kasi Girl plus
Whatever salad. I want this thing.
It's too.
So vanilla plus.
Kasle tomorrow. Mara sewa mancane ama-bike like us. What's up, guys? It's another weekend. Ihawula's Corner. Sibuyile futhi. Last time we were here. Besibuya man. We had fun. It was plush. Plush yomuthi.
Yeah.
So we back again today. Siphethe township hustler. Siphethe izinja zokuvala madoda. Mara niyazi ngiphethanga yena kuphela, ngiphethe the rest of the crew. So before ngichubeka bengicela ukuthi bazi-introduce.
Yo guys, angazi. Hi guys.
Koki advertise everything.
Umbulazo mnyama. Yes, we are the howlers, guys. We are the howlers.
Yeah, sanibonani igama ubafana Filimo Chili from Khonela eTsakane. Yeah, from Khonela eTsakane. I'm a founder of a brand called Mopari, which means Matters of Pandarizing.
Yeah.
What?
Sima.
Matters of Mopari.
Mopari.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's a acronym Mopari.
So it's but it's an abbreviation of Matters of Pandarizing.
Okay.
I can say that.
All right. So we are up. All right.
Mes, quiero hasla.
Hola.
Yakutele indaba.
Uyatelela. Mele umfake ulayini.
Mina ngiteleli guys.
Izinja madoda.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi. Mina vele igama kusinathi aka Township Hustler. Yeah, I do a lot of things, so angeke ngicede ngaze ngithathe isikhathi sonke.
Sibalele a few. People should know. Sibalele a few.
I'm the co-founder of Ekasi Fashion Week. I'm also the creative director from Sindo Innovation Hub. Yeah, I'm a hustler bafethu. Ngeke la kunemali ngikhona, la kuthengiswa khona ngikhona.
Ufuna inyungu kahle.
Yeah, no. Township Hustler all the way up.
All right, nice guys. Siyabonga ukuthi niziphi isikhathi ukuthi nisijoine namhlanje la ku Howla's Corner. Leli vele it's a virtual corner la sihlala khona sivula nomqondo. Ama-opinions wethu. Ne, akekho wrong, akekho right. Nje sivula nomqondo nje. You must be willing to learn. Because angeke wazi yonke into guys. Yeah, so guys ningathi zenza nswemu. Sikho nswemu. Siyafundisana nje kuphela.
Makasitswemu.
Osinswemu?
Asinswemu.
Okay.
Like mawuyinja guys.
Mawuyinja.
No, you don't need to even tell. Now we're having a discussion.
Cheers. Yeah.
What's affecting us?
Awubaltshele vele ukuthi namhlanje sikhuluma ngani.
You don't need to be apologetic about that.
Thank you.
So now we're going to have a discussion and let's go. Now we're going to start off with fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously with this type of shows, people are going to catch smoke somehow.
Obvious. Mawuthi people social brands,
like
brands
everybody that has a brand today, everybody that is listening to the to the show, yes. Every nabo Mopari, yeah.
Yes. Smopha ngabo namhlanje.
Yeah, sekoropa. Angikhathele into zenzo ukuthengisela ama t-shirt wase small streets bese nawa brand guys. Whoa, asiqaleni la fashion. If you want to say fashion, you need to be creative. Fashion is a creative space.
Okay.
You understand? You need
to
design.
Very fashionable. I was understanding this
guys.
Your understanding of fashion or how you interpret fashion.
Fashion, guys, has a lot to do with the character of a person.
Okay, kala masithi fashion sikhuluma nge-clothing fashion. Phela sinabotaki sithi yonke into ifashionini.
You can buy. Well, you can buy material, but being fashionable is in you. It's a character trait of a person. You understand?
Uzalwa nayo.
Yeah, one, but how I rock it will be totally different.
Okay.
You understand? So being fashionable is a character trait. It's in you. You are born with it. You can't fake it.
Yeah.
That's why I was told about those Gucci.
Yeah.
But uthole ukuthi hayi yabona laphayana bafethu hayi ngathi kusetakalani China yonke into inani belt ya China yini ya China and uthole umuntu fashionable rocking that.
Yeah.
Ubona ukuthi this actually looks dope.
Yeah.
You know.
Umuntu ayiqokele kahle.
Yeah, naqoka kahle. You know how you feel. It's more about how you feel inside the fabric. Basically.
Form of expression.
You got it.
All right.
Yeah, I think Ugogo Vele has got it right somehow. Because sometimes also fashion is about making a statement. So like Maungena in the way someone else should talk about you. Sometimes I feel as if it's not even about the type of the type of a brand or what you're wearing, but the way
how you rock it,
how you rock it. Because sometimes they don't even wear something ehambelana nomzimba wabo, you know.
Yeah.
So umuntu uzovela agcoke nje and not looking ukuthi mina if ngigcokile lento le izongifanela kanjani. Because sometimes we follow certain things that are happening within media. You saw certain celebrity wearing this, then you
like
think
following trends.
Yes, you're following trends. Then basically you think this thing is ukufanela. At the end of the day, you find yourself ukuthi ayisakufanelanga, and then somehow you end up like utrend now.
So you feel ukuthi ukuze ugcoke kahle mele wazi umzimba wakho.
Yes.
Umzimba wakho ufanelwa
yini. Wena most bigger, how do you express yourself? Because sometimes mina nginokugcoka yabo esipanini, then you like, then bazothi kimi but wena like you are priest like kind of person. So it's like even if
you priest like basho your fashion sense or them looking at you
and how like mangcoke impahla, like usually what I do mina not go to a point where it's either out casual yabo, because I'm a fashion fan. Sometimes when you look amakhala amaningi yabo, then they get to
color
a point
blocking.
makafika endaweni uyasparkila uyashine, but even the character yakhe injani yabo. Yeah, isn't I think mina mhlambe enye into banokhuluma like that because it's like the character yami vele injalo. Most of the time abanye abantu abangibona back, but wena uthanda ukuba formal, uthanda ukuba yabo
those like
things, yes, then they say ukuthi you look priest like.
Okay. Kuti, your version.
I'm not gonna have a version of anything. All I'm gonna say is it's very simple. Dress what you can afford, dress what works for you, and no one must then force you into whatever. Because what's happened now? We've got social media, we've got all of these things, and now you think to yourself, hey, I can't afford that. Let me leave. Let me dress according to my budget and what I can afford.
Okay. Mr. Township Hustler.
Yeah, I think for me now, fashion over the years, it's a way of life, you know. I think it's an expression. Because sometimes you may find Tagana confident, but clothes bring out that confidence. It brings out that shine. For me, it's a way of life. There's no right or wrong.
Okay.
As long as you're comfortable, as long as you look presentable, and more permanently, more just be good time is kapile namhlanje.
Mauti, there's no right or wrong.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wrongs. I'd like to differ. There's a lot of wrongs.
There's a wrong.
When you say there's wrongs, what are those wrongs?
Ngifuna ukubuza lapho ukuthi so mawuthi
for
umuntu
me,
ugcoke kabi.
As what's the name? Bafana was saying, Guti, know yourself, your character, your body. You understand? I can't, to me, I know that's not me. It's hella wrong.
Okay.
You know your body type.
Okay.
No. Okay, let's exclude me. Fine. We are Zazuti, unicorn.
Okay.
Of some sort. Okay, fine. But, you know, we are Zazuti. Your body is not suitable with tighty, never a spawn. But you rock up. And that thing doesn't look. No,
confidence then comes back into.
I I don't care about. Right now, we're talking about fashion, guys. We're not talking about your
Not
confidence.
in body shame
That's-
up here.
We're not body shaming, no. But you must know your body. Like, you understand? I mean, I'm more of a respect yourself, kinda. You understand? I mean, I know I'm more reserved at some point when I'm with people. I take time to warm up to people.
Papa Mauna.
But in the show, I'm very dramatic in a sense that you will notice me. How I dress needs to speak for me, and how it speaks for me matters. No, guys,
Can I
there's a
play
lot
devil's
wrong.
advocate there?
Uh-huh.
You understand? Okay, sharp. Mangit right or wrong, when do you agree with on the other side when you need to dress respectfully, you need to be presented in a certain way. And then there's the other side. Umuntu ayigqoka crop top, akanandaba, but he feels comfortable and confident.
And happy,
He
yeah.
feels happy when
So
it's
it
like
feels
that.
wrong to
He
who?
or she.
He or she.
Yeah.
We're
So
talking
it
about
feels wrong
fashion.
to who?
Guys, I can't go to Milan in Paris dressed up like that.
Now,
Whenever you go to, we're talking about fashion and making a fashion statement. I can't rock up in Milan, right? Nyavela, I'm walking around. The runway matters. Wait, the reason why there's a runway and how they represent Impahla. For Mr. Price to have a showcase, Maupegama photo shoot, they choose the people with the right body, right size, fit for the
let
body.
me throw
For-
dice.
for
when I bet
advertising.
we have it-
Let me throw
yes.
dice in this whole thing. Why must we go to Milan?
Okay, some weird and some Mr. Price. Yeah,
No, why must we even go to
yes,
any-
why? Because, gas,
Okay.
Lotion brands, right? Nyahamba, nye Mr. Price. Nyothenga small, medium, large. I'm design from scratch. Nyamtenga. You feel me? I buy it, fine. Nyabuya nyathengis. There's no runway, which is something different from what you guys were doing, right?
Yes.
You create clothes from scratch. And even the model that you choose to represent the clothes must be fit for the kind of body that fits them. That's why I'm saying that we must not go to this thing to say it doesn't matter your size or the body.
Then we are contradicting ourselves in terms of saying then we must go to Milan. or
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm back again with that thing, with the lotion. I'm brands while I lotion. They don't invest most in fashion shows, showcasing what you are designing. Showcase. We don't have that here. We do have a Joburg Fashion Week. Nakona, how many people attend there? Only a few.
All right, Nyagus, I hear that fair point. Pegiti Faragop, let's say, like when someone rocks a hobo look, to you it's dead. To another person, umuntu ungcolile, wagqoka into ezidabukile, why rearrangeile le jean, why anjalo.
So, le
So-
hobo
If you,
look.
no, if you understand fashion, then you'll be able to read into the interpretation of that.
And
Really?
You get
and then
it?
for an
Yes.
ordinary person,
Then an ordinary person sees how you see, as you are describing it, right? But manenza leo fashion show le. Don't
into
you
the mic.
pick? Sorry, don't you pick people like, for instance, if you're a designer, that's why there's models, right? And going back to it, that's why there's models. When you design a dress, we ask with lep drogo funa lihlale kanjani kubani, in what sense, okay? That's the thing. Understanding. That's why I'm in a shop. There's sizes. There's fitting rooms, there's all of that, so that you will understand and dress according to your body size.
Come back to your point. What she's saying right now. Balenciaga released a sneaker. Angiyazi lesa sneaker. What's the point of that sneaker, right? But now, again, because it's now on the face of the poor. That's my
The face of the what?
of the poor.
I'm not spitting in the face of the poor.
What are you doing?
All I'm saying is,
No, I'm saying Balenciaga. Comes
Yes.
back with that. I don't know.
ragged. Kanye West did it first with that ragged. That's what I'm saying. If you understand fashion sense, you understand. Fashion is art, guys. Fashion is art.
Yeah.
So athi
So,
ngaba yimbi
in that-
kimi
in that-
ibe yinhle komunye
Mina,
umuntu.
I know.
Ayak-
Please, I do not say lahlane. Mina, I'm talking based on understanding your body. I'm not saying that ini iskip esinjani sibi kanjani. I'm not talking
Oh,
on that.
okay, okay.
But that's
okay, I
why
get
I'm
you, I get
emphasizing
you.
the fact
I
that
get
ukuthi
you.
mawuye Mr. Price bakubekela ispeed.
Yeah.
Elona fitting room.
Yeah.
Unama size are
Okay.
different because they
Makes sense, makes sense. Yeah.
you get me now.
When
I'm
ukuthi
talking
leso
body.
skipper usenza ihobo look.
Anginandaba nokuthi usigcoke kanjani.
But
Fashion at the end
masimfanele asimlingane sibe
gqoka
right.
isize yakho mntaka baba. Understand your body. Fashion is art. How you rock it is totally up to you. But understand your body.
Yeah.
No,
Thank
so
you.
Because another thing, just to kukunjoba ashone. But another thing in notice is that as much as futhi kulesikhathi samanje because siku digital world, modern world, the social media and stuff. So like some of these big brands, what they do is they follow like us. Like they follow us Masibu Mnandini, they follow you Mausi, because that's just no poster and so on. Sometimes you even post to a point where you become brave, on their page or whatever, you know. So then when they see like you put when mhlambi boots cool, you know, then they look banga kabanye abagcoka lama boots amakhulu, you know. Then they will get those boots, you know, to push their brand, even though when abangeke bakbize when, you know. But they know if there's you ogcoka boots amakhulu, then there's 5 of you also who are wearing the same boots.
Probably this thing is trending.
Yes, probably this thing is trending, or probably this thing is the main like
item,
corner. Really under mhlambe fashion or whatever industry that like enhance vele fashion ukuthi umuntu ubukeka kanjani and stuff. But now njoba ugugu asho, most of the people contradict themselves with that ukuthi like nabo mababona lezi zinto lezi, then they go to a point where umuntu ufuna ukuyigcoka lento le, but the very same person knows ukuthi they don't even have the fit for lento le or the body for lento le, you know?
I can't go copy ilook ka Nicki Minaj ngizazi ngimaging a fish.
Yeah, you can't.
For instance.
That's why I said in my first statement, like fashion, most of the time it's about statement. Mawufike lapho ushiya in, you know, because fashion goes to a point even the smell part of it. Mawufika the perfume,
even the haircut.
Yes. Even the haircut. Like it's like that. Mawungena endaweni, you must like give a statement.
Yes.
Mawuphumile lapho ushiye in. Sometimes it's not even about what you are wearing brand wise, but how you looked,
your hair,
you know.
You know.
Okay.
That's what.
I'm interested in fashion show.
Yeah.
How do you guys work in terms of fashion? How do you select mhlambi range enizoyenza or izinto ezinjalo?
So basically, Yabonas, we attend them like these big fashion shows, and we discovered there's a common thing. Like even when they do a showcase, but there's specific models they want, there's specific designers. Not everyone can cut it to showcase there.
Okay.
So what we did, Tina wanted to be the alternative because we could see good corner and have a potential, just they don't fit the criteria.
Okay.
So Tina, specifically we're intentional with Tina. As long as you have potential and you are committed, we'll work with you. We have plus sizes nabantuana.
Okay.
We have all types of sizes. Understand? Yeah, we have all types. Even the designers models we want. We know what this season must models are so. The designers we would want to showcase. Yeah, was okay to this designer. So we Tina color from scratch, from training the models to sourcing out the designers, and then each and every season skip a theme. Then the designers get to interpret the theme.
I'm a team and no keep up based on what?
So we find out sometimes what inspires our team is we will look at a social issue. Like we did a show like Renkeni. We saw good some taxi driver have been painted as violent. Now we said, okay, let's enter that space and change that perspective.
Okay.
So must speak at Renkeni, we wanted to do a show in the actual rank.
Yeah.
And then get our designers and actually get a few of our taxi drivers to come and show.
So how did that go then?
Oh my man, it shocked us in a sense too. The community came out. If it was selling passage like everyone was surprised with how. But you know, we said we're gonna enter and make it work. And it
was wonderful.
It became big.
Nakumbula was stressed few days before the event to see isn't as what.
But it became a
success.
But
actually see it by success.
Yeah, it became a success.
And involving nabantwana like to even young models, young designers.
Yeah.
That was great. So were there any local brands?
Yeah, we had like Latsakan, there's H Relax, and we had other 2 brands like E-Levels, another like we had 3 brands. And then the other 6 were mat designer, people who about tunga from scratch. One was from Soweto, one was from Fosloras, one was from Etema. So abanye batunga bridal wear, abanye batunga like umunye wenza vele strictly into zama hope.
Hobo.
Yeah, so thatha impahla azithunga
Azidabule.
like singa-understandeki azifake ama-oil like I understand on that side so uthe ma-showcase
What's the name of that thing? Hobo look.
babiza ngehobo
The name of the brand.
brand hobo.
Okay.
So he came on showcase and it became something. I think the main thing I wanted to take from that was changing perspective. We can do a show anywhere. We can address any issue through fashion.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay,
That's dope.
very interesting. And I just wanted to ask as well: why is it in fashion there must be a particular size, whereas
In reality.
the reality of it is that not normal people look like that.
Yeah.
So that's my other question. The very same people who are selling the high end whatever stuff.
Yeah, but those things were designed for Ringam, remember.
No,
If
No, No, it's not about Ugwana, but I think. Oh, you done?
no. I was just saying, Guti, you must now remember, Guti, when you come back, how many people, black people,
Yeah.
slum?
I think it's just beyond body size. It's just trying to justify it from the designer's
okay.
point of view. Uguti, you are trying to work with material that is enough for, and no, no, why are you getting it wrong? No, I think for me as a designer, since I'm saying I'm a designer, right? I design. I need someone to showcase my brand.
So
Me,
save you
I wanted not to save material. I wanted, for example, to look seamless. Yeah, with umuntu slender, it's easier for you to identify the details of the material.
Oh,
it's easier.
but then
No, look at
when you're
like
designing the garments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's why the mannequins, I think now they design like certain body size. It's easier for you to get the detail. If I'm gonna showcase for the people, they need to see every detail around the brand.
Ghost, okay.
Yeah, well, they need to be able to see every detail around the design. So it's easier for a slim person because you don't have to. It's easier. It's there. Find out what's the hanger, you can see it. It doesn't mean that I'm catering just, but I think that's what Rihanna did as well.
Yeah.
He's breaking the mold, and Gufenti because he.
In terms of that, it's really not even about like a materials issue or a resources issue. It's more of a social issue of personal image that's been
You reckon,
propagated by
though?
the media from long ago, and it's hard for people to unlearn. The problem is unlearning those patterns. So that's why people who are woke and stuff are like starting all these plus size brands and having.
Do you
plus
think
size
they're
models
woke?
Because they.
I
No, 'cause
think-
that's what they've been taught. That what the media has been feeding generations and generations is that to look beautiful you must look this
A
way.
certain size.
That's why all the magazines sell that. Like health magazines have guys with abs and stuff like that. It's that's the problem is mass media and how it's brainwashed people. So they are trying to unlearn it by even involving plus size people, opening it up because it's more of a social issue. Like, it goes beyond like materials.
I think you're raising quite a valid point because if I pega for the longest time, media or mass media is trying to paint Ubuhle as this, to paint Ubuhle as this size. I understand. So as oh yeah,
But guys, even our own black mainstream is doing the same shit.
of course, of course.
No,
Look
I'm
here,
not saying,
yeah.
no, I'm not
Recipes
saying
were
I'm a
gonna go
slander
back
and stuff. We have our own ideology. For
Yeah.
instance, okay, let's focus on fashion USA before I go to the other
no,
parts.
I'm gonna go there. Why must someone tell you that you look beautiful before wearing?
No, I think the problem is I'm gonna go back to trends. You understand? Trends. You know what America did first of all? They popularized strippers. Strippers had a certain body. Back then, strippers were an underground thing. It was not an exposed thing as it was now. You understand? So from strippers, they have certain body types. They dress a certain way. they have a certain notion of thinking, it's okay, I look good when I am like this. That's why there's like our skin doctors now. You buy the body that you want, you do this because the mainstream media has made it to be like that. Where does that come from?
And oh, before that, and God gave you a certain body.
Exactly, but don't forget also the fact that, as I was saying, we are influenced. The generation now, we are more digital. We look at the things on social media. Whatever the social media says is right, it comes back to you. Not everybody has that strong point to which, you know what everybody says, I'm dope as I am. It's difficult to get to that point when the media is showing you a Nicki Minaj, a so and so, a Doja Cat, and this and that. You feel like, okay, fine. If I don't have a slim fit, a nice thin figure, I am nothing. You understand? I need to go tug my figure. So the one bapuza amanzi are infused now. It's strawberries. Because they feel that that kind of body is the body. Dude, people jog.
I think
People work out. So
if fashion influencer look.
It's the social. It's the mainstream media. It's the media. It shows you that for you to be fit, for a certain dress to look good on you, you have to look like this. You understand?
And again, with that, just to say, with diet, just come with
I think it's safe for a person to diet when they feel that they're taking care of their health, not because they want to look a certain way. You understand? If you do that. Who cares? But because the media has proven that to be a taboo, which you can't look like this, you can't have side meat, you can't look like you understand. So and my other thing that bothers me a lot is you guys, because you look into that image, you start identifying or visualizing women as such. So the other side, the pile that has a specheche and two figures, they don't matter. But the other ones that are slim. No. Shut up. No. But yes, that's where I want to go. That's where I want to go. Uguti. Matala side, nichola nathi slow. But man khuluma nindoda. Uyasibunga thina sinebhejeje. You don't want us. You want.
Don't you think ukuthi even nakithi ku side le ama-Africans because umfazi mele uvale or mele
No, I think being an African woman, I think it's respect based. Not even respect based. Dala in the ancient days, we had not clothes like this. You understand? I think it's not a respect thing. Okay, it's respect based because Dala was not going right. Big and stuff, and men were cool that it was a normal thing. Yeah. But now, because of how perverted people are, people felt it's better that you cover up, you dressed up a certain way, because who's just thirsty and perverted, sexual harassment and stuff like that. In the ancient days, back in the day, in KZN, like here, girls season where what do they call it? Emhlangeni, amaswati and they know what women being naked is not a sin.
So do you think when umemulo lies a taboo?
It's not a taboo, but you don't want to be just dangling the boobs like ish. You know, already you are sexualizing her. That's the problem now. So it's better to cover up, hide your skin. Some of us faka shorts you'd be like, yo, like guys, come on. That's the thing. You sexualize everything. So everything now, because of the media, has been sexualized, has been made to be, has been molded a certain way. Like asana freedom, guys, in this world.
Okay, look at something.
Sure.
In a sense, we need to understand when someone is creating, let's say, a brand or a fashion line or something. What's the purpose from the onset? Some do it for selling. Trends change, seasons change. Kena look, puma look, but abanye they just want to move the product. You understand? So Mtonjalo is not concerned about the size. Is not concerned with. He just wants to move the
we
product.
must scrape them off of the list of being fashion designers. They are not fashion designers. They're just selling like the brand. Because if you're not going to design something from me from scratch, for instance, in your Josie, I'm going to stock up your gogo, things.
What you just said now, if you want to scrap off someone just wanting to sell off stuff.
Yeah, you are just a brand seller.
Wait. Nike does the very same shit. And guess what?
Okay.
They sell the stuff off the shelves.
We'll go back to the thing, the purpose. What was Nike's purpose at first? Nike didn't start with clothes. Nike started with sneakers. Okay, sneakers
Fair
were
enough.
designed from scratch. For them to go to the mainstream fashion part was to say, okay, let's do merch for our sneakers. You understand? It births from something.
I wanted for design to understand the purpose
Yeah, the
of
purpose.
why you start.
Nike creates a sneaker from scratch. They design it. You understand? The other thing, I'm a
You
sweatpants, it's
move
merchandise.
right
It's just like,
along.
exactly. Which is not what we have around here. There's only one designer that I know that has like authentic stuff from scratch.
Stop, yo.
No, the others are not authentic, guys. Let's just put it out there. It's not okay. Maybe the idea is authentic, the vision is authentic, right?
Or in terms of shipment.
Of shipment, you know. But there are people who invest their time and go looking for material. Let me cut this and make a T-shirt. Let me, you know.
Now you are.
Yeah.
Uzowafika la sikhona.
Yeah, there are people who invest in their craft. It's the love, it's the passion. I love this thing. You know what? I'm not just gonna print a on the T-shirt, but I need to see the stitches. I need to see the material. Yes, Ustapi is hella dope, guys. Like, come on, I'm hero worshipping him, but like, guys, that guy, he sources material. He creates, he designs a T-shirt. You understand? He prints the T-shirts. Like,
I've got
those are
t-shirt
the things that
supposed
I
to wear it
appreciate.
today, but that guy, I asked him for a T-shirt and said, "No, you'll get your T-shirt." When I got my T-shirt, the material, you could feel the material of the T-shirt, even the printing.
I'm sure it's still proper now, ne? And you've had it.
No, it's that one that fuck.
The one that you still owe me.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I don't owe you.
You do.
No.
It's okay.
But all I'm saying is,
Yeah.
if we have those guys around who can do those things, why not use those guys?
I
What
think
designer
enye
isn't?
I think enye inkinga ne once a brand becomes popular, noma yenza shitty stuff, noma better usibona iqale from scratch, but because mainstream media, social media
the numbers
can
up
influence and it has
behind.
the numbers. Sometimes you fall in the trap of your phone if you can watch. Bakhona, I can point you to more than 10. It's about pin. People who do it from scratch, from sourcing of material, but they're not moving numbers. And then you find someone who prints and reprints moving numbers. Equally cast long, mongana ubonala ngata usele pendi.
I think any to just to add, okay, it's like some of the people when they do ama brands or when they design their clothing and stuff, I like for me what I did is I looked at what is happening around. So it's not like a fashion kind of a thing, but I wanted to push a movement. You know,
Okay.
when you push a movement, it's like those brand kind of abo one day so proper kind of a thing. Hence I said mopar, you know. So mopar means matters of pandarizing. So sometimes it's not an issue of the fashion, but it's an issue of a certain movement that you wanna push towards people. It's an issue of consciousness that you
Okay.
wanna push
Through
towards someone.
fashion.
Yes. So when you push a conscious brand, you push something that is motivational. Muntu makayigqokile, already they will feel a certain spirit in themselves to say, if I'm wearing this, then I'm a hustler. If I'm wearing this, it gives me to work more harder for my things. Even if I'm working at a certain institution, or even if I'm selling my own, I'm starting my own business or selling a cone. But
Yeah.
if I'm wearing this, I'm more representable to a
Yeah,
point where
okay.
someone would see from far away to say this guy is a hustler because already I'm
So he
wearing
has
something
brand
that
of
paint,
it. Yeah,
yes, that
okay.
paint a picture.
Okay, we understand. I
So-
mean, sorry. Can I have a question?
Yeah.
Now, okay, I hear what you say and where you
Yes.
come from. I have an issue now of such brands. For instance, say you have yours. You buy something for 60 bucks.
Yeah.
You go and print it for 50 bucks.
Yeah.
You come back and sell it to me for 500. Are you selling your motivation to me, or are you selling the?
Okay.
Good question.
I'm gonna go like a bit on that, you know, because what I've noticed also, like with us, most of us is my brain. Some of the guys that start these brands don't have the skill to design, yabo, don't have like the skill to be fashion designers.
So why not collaborate with people who can?
Yeah.
That's where I'm going. You know, another thing is, as much as singana skill, you know, we don't do even research part of it, because I wanna go to that manje to say ukuthi the feel of the texture yakho, you know, the feel, we like, it's like we you wanna push a product more than like ukuthi you must push the quality, yabo. So you wanna push a product, then that's how most of our businesses fail, to a point where, yes, maybe I might start having a quality product, but at a later stage, because I have numbers now, I no longer care about the quality, but I want to push with, if intense so and so, yes, so push more than, you know, then you end up fall over, because sometimes you become a trend, you no longer become a business, you know. Then another thing is, I want to collaborate with you, you know. You have your own pride, I have my own pride. Sometimes it comes to a point where we can't work together to that level, because now masekumele sisebenze soyi-2, when you have your own pride, I have my own pride, like with asinaso ispirit sokusebenzisana thina as like small brands, because when now ufuna ukuba number 1, you know,
But
you don't care about being number
Tina, as a
on the
brands,
background.
we go about it the wrong way.
Yes.
Must
Yes.
collaborate, because
Yes.
mina ngibona as such ukuthi okay, brand yami line. What mina I did, namanye ama t-shirts vele yenye designer uyithole anywhere else.
Asibonge kulona.
Yenziwe yenye designer and collaborate na. So what I did, mina ngivele ngaya kuye ngathi ngicela ungaye ama concepts ongangenzela wona kule t-shirt, ne. Bese mina ngizobona engiyithandayo, then mawuzoyenza, I'm paying for each t-shirt lento ozoyenza. You understand? So kahle kahle sengikubhadalela ukuthi ungidesignele right here, but kuzoba yami because
No, that's a collab.
that's a collab. But mangabe sizocollab ukuthi sesifuna ukwenza ibrand yethu C2 ama version
Futhi
vision
kahle
now
kahle
far.
we
Yes,
have
clash.
we
So
have
if mina
fashion
ngiza
design-
ku designer ngithi kuku as a designer ngicela ungenzele wena nasi skipper sami ngisithengile se-60 rand, ne.
I think
Printile sesi-right mara ngicela u-add something wena as a designer la. Mina ngizobona
But
ngawe
you are still doing the same thing, Mos. You're just twigging it there and there. I mean, my thing is, so what I'm saying
so
now.
wena ufuna from scratch.
Mfethu, if
ngiyoscutha
you say
iskipper.
to me, you are a fashion designer, from material,
From
source
material.
out your material. Guys, you must know the difference between cotton and polyester and. You can go now to a famous designer and say, Mfethu, so mina allergy polyester into ezinjalo. So what can you do for me? They don't have a flipping idea what you're talking about. Because there's people who have a skin rash and allergies. They have no idea of those things. They're just pushing the brand. That's what I'm saying. We have fashion designers, we have
Brands.
yeah,
Yeah.
brand
Brand-
sellers.
Ngiyakuzwa
Can
wena,
I-
Gugu, ne?
can-
I just jump in?
oh,
So,
I just wanted to reply.
the issue is that, like, as much as okay, as much as I want minanya design, let's say minanya design, what happens is that I don't go beyond designing. I don't go beyond research. I don't like, as much as I invest my time maybe getting a material but like, it's like there's no much of it, like market research that is being done, yabo. I wanna do lento push. I don't know ukuthi if mangithengisa mina, there are people who are having issue like allergy affair. You know, there are people who are having allergy yellow is it polyester, yabo. So it's like there to ukuthi like I like masiya uyicala like business or the idea, awuyi beyond that idea, yabo.
But
get
you
the
cannot,
excitement of
you
starting the
cannot,
business.
you cannot,
You are not doing like
you cannot. I still repeat,
Yabo.
you cannot start
most
something
of
without
the guys.
doing
I'm not saying
research.
good. I'm
Can-
telling you this thing because most of the guys they don't do research.
But you cannot. If you have a
Can
passion
I
for
answer
something,
Cook?
research.
Can I answer
You
Cook
can't.
in that sense? You know what has
Right,
slowly, you know what has slowly crept in is as the evolutionary grower. The it thing, everybody jumps on it and does it without the
Trends.
research on trends, ne? And then what has happened? Amanyama business. If you go in deep, You get to analyze nama vision. You can be able
Do
to
they
tell
even have
Guti.
vision?
You can be able to tell Guti this the Muntu law is on is survival. So it's a
That's what
survival
I was
mentality.
saying, is
Understand?
we have brand sellers, then we have fashion designers.
Just to jump on you, man. That's why I say, how many, as you said, how many people have invested in trying to find how many or those things that you need to find out. Right now, we're in a state of, let me just do this to make money.
Slambile.
So it's not about
It's
the
fine,
passion.
but
it's
if
not
we're
about-
gonna talk
It's
about
starting.
fashion,
Siyaqala sobona
No,
phambili.
for me, that's
Inking
where we
mustn't
are.
come. That's where you fumble the most because you kokota us guy double
But
this.
are we not? Can we all agree with? Are people not doing stuff because, as you just said,
I get that. They are doing that. There's no jobs, job creation. We jump on whatever that comes. But now we're talking about fashion. Passionate about fashion, guys. Meaning, if I'm gonna wear something, don't rob me. The reason why I don't that shit. I experiment with material. I look at a material. You can't, for an example, you saw it design a Gucci. You're gonna repeat that Gucci design. You wanna sell it to me? That doesn't make sense. I'm not buying that.
What's
All right, Cook.
authentic?
What's robbing you in your
You're
sense?
robbing me because you buy this thing, ne? For instance, take a sport. Nice.
Yeah.
So, yes, hanger. It was 20 rand.
Yes.
Okay? Yahamba yalapha kuBrava and buy la printing shop, you print. Right? Bye. Wangibuya la mina 500 sport.
okay, before you go,
Make me understand that part.
a global example.
Okay.
Nike does not.
I was about to go there actually.
Nike, the stuff is produced in Vietnam. If I'm
In
not
what?
mistaken, in Vietnam,
Yeah.
where there's underage.
Now you're tapping into
No,
another
no, no,
story.
but I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Nike makes like it makes the t-shirts for like 12 or 20 rands. I'm not. I stand to be corrected, but they sell it when you get a Nike t-shirt. How much does it cost?
Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna go back
How?
to what.
What's the difference now? You
Okay,
see,
I'm gonna
what,
go back. Within Nike built the name, built the
but
brand.
Is that a
They-
capitalist?
It is. You know
working
why? You
on-
know why? You know why? For Nike to be Nike, they had to start somewhere. Going back again, they created a sneaker. They created Ilona. So the other merch that comes after, it comes with what the brand is worth, not your t-shirt. The brand of Nike is worth. Where did Nike start? That's another conversation for another
Okay,
day.
Cook.
Then I'm gonna go to that conversation. You had a question?
Yeah, no, I wanted to chip in there.
Namfuna ukubuza
Look,
something kuwe
Look,
Gugu.
Cook.
Hey, Ukuku, stand
They
here.
are all
Dull nut.
sharp. There are all these layers you're saying in terms of look. There are all these layers are sure in
I'm
terms
gonna
of
go to Tempo
ripping.
Jeans.
Nabo trip,
That's
nabo
the-
parts. That
wait,
was
wait,
my
wait,
question.
wait. Those.
What do you
those-
think of those?
Okay.
Before-
Nabo trip, nabo
One
parts.
thing that you guys need to understand is if you have a brand, your brand will not get anywhere unless there's a white person involved. You need to have connections. You need to have a network. So what they are failing guys is that they think they can do it on their own. Whereas the whole fashion thing and the whole industry in our parts bio. What's happened? The jean maker, fine. He designed Malwana from scratch, but there had to be a deal that was broken down. So failure to skinny blue socks, ne?
Yes.
Skinny blue socks, for an example. It's like, yeah, I mean, I want my own thing and this and this. I want this.
Yeah, disclaimer obviously.
Disclaimer,
Allegedly and what's
alleged.
what, yeah.
So it's this and that. You have, but it's a fact. You have to have a network for your brand to be somewhere. You have to have a network, guys. And failure for you, angeke uze break the mold. For instance, siyakhuluma ngabo Stapi, they are great
No, I
designers.
mean, I think the question
They are
I'm
great
understanding kahle.
Mina bengifuna ukuchippa in before
Nike.
afika lapho.
It siyazi ukuthi they
I-
outsourced from China.
I wanted to chip in before siya kulawo ma brand. Mina sengikhulume ukuthini now, I've supported a lot of black brands. Okay, there's challenges. Okay, there's a lot of things. Sharp, there's a lot of things there. We think they are ripping us off and all of things. But my notion is to the customer. Sengibekela kumuntu othengayo. Why are we quick to judge them, bash them, but not provide an alternative solution to?
There are alternative solutions. The thing is, if Mina, I have knowledge of something, and I come to you and I say, you know what, for you to take your brand this, like this and this. For instance, I do PR and marketing. There's a way for us to do this. Yeah. But because when you feel like you don't need anybody else but you, those people with brands, they shut other people out. Because it's my brand, it's my bread, it's my this, it's my that. That's why I was saying collaborations. They don't understand the power of collaboration and what it can do for you.
I think just on that, like there's a simple way like to explain this whole back and forth. Like the whole thing that you're not getting from what you are both saying to each other is that like she's saying that there's a difference. There's like the difference comes between a person who just wants to start a business and ends up selling clothes and someone who has a passion for clothes. Those brands are not going to be the same. That person is just starting a business, but I'm just selling clothes because it's easy. But there's someone who's like invested in designing, and that's where the difference comes in, and that's where the quality starts to matter. Because there are local brands that design quality, like kids who are making it into fashion on their own because they have the passion. And when you have the passion, you know that you have to go network and connect with other people and do the right things, because even when you produce quality, it's easier for them to say, yeah, we want to work with you. Unlike someone who's just selling clothes because I just want to make money out of selling clothes.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because another thing, when I tend to agree with you on certain points, is that some of us, like as entrepreneurs, we tend to be so protective of our businesses to a point where
protective, it's greed.
Yes, I think
not be afraid to say it. It's greed. We tend to
a
be
point
greedy.
where you don't wanna like even take someone else's advice, or you don't wanna take even someone.
And you want people to advertise for you for free and give them those cheap T-shirts with your brand on it. It's fine. We can say it. It's fine. It happens.
To a point where
at
some point when someone comes to you, because I think any into footy when like any into SC is entrepreneurs, as much as we want growth, we are scared of growth. As much as we want change, we are scared of change. Even as people, like ordinary people, are scared of change.
No, when you want change that will benefit your pocket.
It's what we were speaking about earlier before the podcast.
Benefit your pocket, like
we tend to be very
what we were speaking about before the podcast is that as black people, we don't want creative criticism. We don't want to be told what to do or how to improve your services or whatever. The only thing we want is people supporting us. But for Gxng good, at some point, you can never ever be always right.
Yes.
And you understand?
The only way to success is failing.
Yes.
You can't be afraid of failing.
And learning. Learning is important.
Learning comes with failure. Yeah. Exactly. So the thing is this, why I'm saying it's great is because once you see what's okay, second 10K I'm no longer loyal to Kuti, who was helping me push the brand. So now I feel okay with him still wearing the brand for free. They don't understand that with the dynamics of fashion of any business is you lose money to make money. You know, so when they have greed, they don't wanna.
She's got a fair point because
they don't wanna lose money.
There's a footballer right now.
They wanna keep it by God.
Who just became a model for Balenciaga. There's a footballer. I'm not sure which team he plays for, but he became a model for Balenciaga. But now you understand what they have to pay for his services because of his structure and whatnot. So he gets paid his money from the team. The team said, no, it's fine. Doesn't clash with any of our interests. So do whatever you need to do. You see? So, but now, what Ukuk is saying is that we need to pay for value. That's it. Because now, and what black people, I'm going to say this, is that we've become so, I don't know, entitled. That
yeah, true.
whatever you do,
ufila ukuthi kumele iphophe manje.
I can't
Nje.
criticize it.
No entitlement ukuthi yeah.
And as black people, we are becoming accustomed to that we can fight among ourselves, but kumele uyolwa noulwethu or uyolwa nobani, you won't. So for me, that then there's a problem. You're very quick to point out the mistakes of your very own, but not quick to point out the mistakes of the other people. So that's why I say, if we can start by getting our social medias thing, not social, like our pages right in terms of
Our
customer
business
care,
structures.
our business structures,
Right, yeah.
in terms of how do you report whatever's wrong, what not, and then it becomes easier then businesses then start growing, because our businesses are not going to grow with all this nonsense that we are doing.
I think there's a point I made, Maskulma Pandle, which sometimes we are a hindrance to our own businesses, ourselves. You understand? Because what has slowly crept in now, if in Ipega is Kupuma lifestyle entrepreneurs. You understand? Where for them it's lifestyle, for them it's about the social status. But as an entrepreneur, if you understand what it's again up, you will get to understand dynamics, systems, customer experience, and understand. You'll get to understand what I need marketing, I need to lose money to make money. But what has slowly crept in, it's lifestyle.
And what annoys me about that lifestyle is the gatekeeping around it. Because you are shutting down doors for people who have the passion, the drive, and all of that shit. For your selfishness, okay, you must push it amongst the crew.
Yeah.
I have a question.
I think before when I think another thing is Luna is that when we are so scared to formalize izinto, you know, like we are so scared to formalize izinto. We always want to be like informal, you know, like good eye, push. And that thing here, push is the one that's hindering everything, because when it's time for you to work with like big companies or big businesses, they start looking for things like books. You know, can you show us your books? With how much are you making?
Are you
Can you? Yes, how much? Like those kind of things that makes you accountable for the business. You are no longer be able to provide those things because you are always informal. Like ufuna pusher more than making like a good business.
Right,
because when you make a good business and from like document wise, structural wise, then you'd be able to make like a business that has a good name, because you know very well your background or your foundation is good to that level. Hence I spoke things about isn't it research, things like about research, make, try, fail, you know, then you continue, make, try, fail, and learn, you know, because learning is part of be teachable also as an entrepreneur, because we don't want to be teachable as entrepreneurs. We always want to say but mobile you know, and then basically you end up failing. When you're failing, you hit a certain knock. Then now we must look at you all over the place, because when you feel like you are depressed because of the things you couldn't do, because of the things you couldn't be accountable for, because of the document you didn't look at as important, you know, things like your business registration, your compliance wise, you don't want to go there, you know, because you feel like and those are the things that build a good business. Documentation of things yenza izinto like to a point where kube ngathi abanye abantu bazothi in a meeting mawubhala phansi ama-minutes, they'll think you are crazy, can't you know you are actually backing up everything, you know. Go to that level, you write it down, go to that level, you put everything on paper, you know, then you'd be like a good entrepreneur. Ungabi entrepreneur really excited to that level.
Yes.
And
a round of applause, guys. A round of applause.
And just to add, we had a conversation with him earlier on, is that be teachable. Because most of us don't want to get advice from someone else. Because song is yours. But when someone tells you, and my biggest grief with black entrepreneurs is that when you complain, it becomes like an attack. But now you are coming back.
I think the other thing is that you don't have a passion for what you're doing. Passion for me is Kanye West.
Yeah.
Passion for me is Kanye West. They will critique you. They will say you crazy. They will say that your shit don't make sense.
But
Remember
in
another
the end,
hobo look. They were
yeah.
like, yeah, 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 yeah. Foam shoes, yeah, 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 yeah. What is Kanye doing? Every shop now is selling foam shoes.
So no chase, man.
You know, you are like the Jesus of the. It's that. Like, believe in what you are doing. Invest in what you are doing.
Yeah.
Listen to the people. You know what? Don't.
Okay,
It's
I
like
won't say people must believe in Kanye West, but all I'm saying is people,
Kanye West is God, guys.
can you say that statement to you? All I'm saying is,
Yeah.
and whatever you do it with passion,
Exactly.
do it with love. Because when you do something with love and passion, guess what happens?
Also, look at what David Klale is doing. They said, I am a cartoonist, got David Klale. David Klale had his own show in Paris. Guys, his own. I'm a cartoon wake.
Nama
They
feda.
are outsourced outside. Yeah, what I'm afraid they were saying I'm a curtains wake. He has a line of bags now. He has sunglasses. He's more like I think it's true when they say a prophet will not be taken serious in his own
No,
country.
no.
You know?
And all I'm
So
saying
David
is
is big international.
David is
when
doing
you
things.
believe
I was
in your
watching
craft
his
and whatever,
shows.
when you believe in yourself and whatever you do, and you invest in whatever, guess what happens?
He's a spanner.
It starts and you manifest.
Yeah.
Whatever you speak happens.
Yeah.
For
You
me as
understand?
well, it goes
So-
back to networking. Put in
True.
the work, guys. Put in
Yes,
the work.
let's not forget the work, because you're not just gonna wake up one day and just become that great person.
Hey, the interesting that I saw on the net is what the Japanese are doing to Izara, right? Izara was buying from Japanese,
Yeah.
and then they came to us and Bakupulama price. Those guys, they had this app that they have. This is not an allergic, guys. It's out there.
You.
They have an app that download the database of the big brands and where they shop. And then what they did is they collected the data. They created the shop in Shein. Is it Shein or Shane? They sell everything Zara has, everything H&M has, and they're killing it.
It's not
Yes, it's not new, but what they did to these big brands is
even
like,
the big brands, you LVs.
I know.
Are you guys aware with
I am aware, but I mean, my thing with my argument with
Elvis
the
usebenza kuti?
they're not literally made in
yeah,
France.
Yeah.
but my thing with
They
them
get it
is
from wanna say figure
Others.
say almost finished
yeah, then
product.
they just
It's the same as I'll go back to the China and US
yeah,
Samsung versus iPhone.
Yeah.
Are you aware with iPhone not made in America?
yeah, it's not.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
It's a made in 6 different countries.
Yeah.
That's why even
They
the
just
Japanese
do the
they have their
final
own
product.
version
Assembling or
of
what?
they have
But
their
now-
own version of iPhone.
The software and everything is made by the Chinese.
Mm.
I
But
wanna
China are
chip in
powerful.
in a issue networking, because there's these events like as those festival of ideas, don't where they call panelists, then panelists will come maybe share a bit of
Yeah.
what
I
they
have an
do
issue
and-
with those.
yes.
I hate
So
them.
now when you speak of networking,
You guys not you hate
sometimes
everything.
you need to
eh?
No, we don't
identify.
hate everything.
I think you need to identify what's gonna work for you, right? Because sometimes us as entrepreneurs, like this way, the network, they sound like in excitement kind of a thing, I'm there, I'm going there to network. Then when you get there, you find that you are networking, you get those people, but at the later stage, those people don't even know, like you see, like they don't even
I
put
think
certain
the
value.
whole
Oh,
concept
now
of
we are about
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
your
Yes,
idea
I
is-
Now
totally get it.
yes, or now we are born like there's no worth in this network, because your network should be your net worth, in like cause manje like network now, but to a point where I know ukuthi Gugu she's in PR and don't, but maybe my business doesn't need PR, I'm just saying maybe my business doesn't need PR. But
There's no
I'm
business
here.
that doesn't need
No,
PR.
I'm just saying, maybe my not maybe at the
At that
stage
moment.
also, maybe
Yeah.
I don't need PR, But I have you now on my network. But now, why don't we? If mina business lam kwamanje akadingi PR. But I know Ukut has has maybe a business elizodinga vele ama-services kagugu, why don't I say, hey man, yazi benginogugu endaweni enje kuthi mfethu, can you link up nogugu, then gugu can help you with one
that
thing.
is networking.
Yes.
The
But
problem
now,
is we took
we
networking
hold
science ama events.
to that
What
network.
she says is
Yes,
Mm.
we hold
Gatekeeping.
up to that network to a point where, like, noma ingasakusebenzeli sowubambelele kugugu, so lapho kugugu awusakhona ukumove
And
to
then
that
maga move
level.
on kuku so ne beef naye because
Yes.
there's other people who are using her services
Yes.
better than
Check
you
who
did.
you network with and like identify the kind of network that will work for you.
I think it boils down to relationships, guys.
Yes.
There's networking, then there's relationships. I always say this, and I always.
now you build whatever, and
Mike, good.
you
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're about to say something.
No, I was just saying the conversation is multi-layered, I understand that, and there's a lot of dynamics at play. Lento le ume singayicabanga ngendlela eyi-one like i-multi-layered. You understand? In a sense ukuthi in the African context or in a township or black business or black brand, kusaningi emele sikufunde. You understand? Kuni
From all of that and come back home to acting. A child is raised by the nation.
yes.
Masikhula sikhuliswe
Umphakathi.
awuswanga ulidlala. Bowazi ukuthi mangiyogana or ngathola ulidlala. And you share. You can break bread with your brothers. So if we can come back to that notion, but because we've become so selfish to one another, that's where we find ourselves in this nonsense. Because now we can't share with one another. I'd rather go give it to umuntu engingamazi than give it to you.
Ngoba uzongihlula.
And the other thing, we fail to understand. We use an example about Umtuan and the growth and stuff. We feel that every season of the business, there's the season of unlearning, relearning. You understand? We want to hold on to old ideas into the new season.
And unlearning.
We don't want to unlearn. We don't.
Very important.
We are attached to
unlearn.
the old ideas of. We don't want to evolve in a sense. Just because I designed a T-shirt 2019 and people were dope about it, so it was fun. I'm holding on to that now. Yeah, mina ngiyangazi ngubani. Yeah, I mean I own what.
So ngicabanga ukuthi fashion yethu ezabotaki ya like us yakhawatheka.
We don't have fashion. We have brands.
Sinama brands.
We have
Asina
brands.
fashion.
We don't
Yeah.
have fashion.
Masisicake na
design.
ku fashion.
We have
Multi-layer.
fashion. I'm a fashion designer. I mean, as I'm saying. Stop. You will sketch something from scratch.
We don't want to evolve.
We'll
So
pin it
sinama
down.
brand.
Yes,
We
nama
have
brands.
brands.
Asikangeni
We
ku
don't-
fashion.
Fashion, we are so far from the fashion.
So what's the
Yeah.
direction?
We have
Kumele
brands,
siyithathe?
Unlearning old patterns. Research. Understand your brand. Have passion about it. Know what you're doing. Outsource material. Outsource ideas. Collaborations. Don't be selfish about people and don't stop this. And another thing, stop this entitlement of saying just because ngazi ubumba ngazi ukuku ngiyazi ukuthi mangine brand they'll push it for me. And then when they decide not to wear my brand next time, saying they beef nyakwat. At the end of the day, you know Ukuti because he has a following. You know Ubumba because he has a following. You ask them to come into your brand because you know they have a following. There's people who are going to follow. Now that you are gaining, you are failing to
Even acknowledge
acknowledge that person or user you're following again his word or her brand, their social media, their data advertising your stuff, and now you entitle Soya Kwata because they're no longer coming to the party. What are they getting into the party?
All right.
I think
In
just
that, can I ask a question? Quick one. I've analyzed one Kama brand, but I'd like to know this question personal. What is Makosa getting right? Specifically, Makosa. What is it getting right?
I'm not going to speak because I don't know him personally or whatnot, but because of the people he's associated himself with. What he was saying, the people that he associated himself with made sure it's the marketing. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it out there, but it's marketing because it's black coffee, it's your Trevor Noah.
So azikho zinhle mawuthi marketing zona impahla zakhe.
I guys, look at
Azikho
these
zinhle.
socks, guys. How?
No. I'm not saying Aziko Zinhle.
And the material is
But,
dope
yes,
as well.
what
I
he's
can
done,
attest to that.
he's done the whole. Calling one on TikTok literally shared a vid where he said, "I remember where you started from." You understand? So now he started from the beginning.
As a Shama Jay-Z or
from the beginning, but now he made sure in his association he got in touch with the right people.
That's where public relations come in.
And guess what now? He could do a whole. But again, when it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
You can never
True.
stop that.
Yeah.
Yes. When it's your time, it's your time.
Yeah.
But align yourself with the
The right people.
And I'm Nyakhaleli. Maxhosa bafethu.
But also for me, I
Yo,
think
ingangifanela.
it's
Yo.
being humble.
Being
Understanding.
humble.
Yeah, that dude is humble. That dude is humble. That dude is humble, pays homage to everyone who wears his
Akayigqoki
brand,
Gucci.
respects the customers. I don't care what he wears, but the respect.
Oh.
No, guys, at the
Okay,
end of the
okay.
wait,
It
at the
counts.
end of the day- at the end
It
of the
counts.
day-
Okay.
Wait, at the end of the day,
Cheese.
wait.
Vele ngifuna ukuchitha kulela manje ngenze ngamabongo ngale question.
No, at the end of the day, understand in day one, we see he wears his brand, my course. He wears his brand fully. Okay, fine, but then understand, because as a person, you have other personal interests.
So when Akuti, how do you feel about owning a brand? Then
Okay.
any buying ama
to
brands
But
are
Bella-
international.
Okay, fine. But cause the guy is a very humble guy, respects his customers, respects his brand, wears his brand, and works along with people.
I've got a whole lot of issues with a whole lot of
Yeah.
designers who want us to wear their brands, but
They don't wear their brands. But sometimes that I do understand. That pisses
So how
me
do you
off.
feel about that?
it's fucked up. I'm going to say that. It's fucked up.
So you're not gonna
Because-
support those brands?
Look, for me,
Why
and
should
I'm
I?
going to say them. Look, Drip, Batu.
He's calling them out, guys.
Yo.
No, Askis, sorry. I'm going to say that.
Yeah, it's your opinion. though.
It's my
Yeah.
opinion. I'm not going to. Because why? Does Theo wear that thing? every day?
Sometimes
Utiyo aligqoka nto agqoka ibhatshi utiyo.
for
Nini,
pictures.
For
when?
pictures.
Have you met
When?
Theo without cameras?
When?
Angazi.
So come on, guys. Let's come back and say,
So you've
let's-
guys met utiyo.
I've seen him a couple of times.
Yeah, if
Angagqoki
you go to
ibhatshi.
these malls, you see. Guys, Mamela, if I'm in the industry, right? I'm designing a shoe called Ibatu. My vision is saying that I want to inspire the black community.
Yeah.
Then ngizogqoka emaXhosa sometimes. Ngizogqoka uDavid Tlale. Total, I don't even have one item kaTlale. You know, if you're about that local thing, push it local to the maximum point of saying, let me have a reason to acknowledge you.
Do you think Jordan, if you've watched their series on Netflix,
yeah.
ne?
Last dance.
The Last Dance,
Yeah.
Jordan was wearing Jordans
Ama Jordans.
all of the
Okokuqala,
time. All of
On
that,
his last game, bekagqoke the first
all
pair.
of the time.
On that last
That
game.
was his brand.
Kanye West, he even went on social media and ranted because the ex-wife didn't want the kids to wear the Yeezys. I relate. Wearing your brand. It's not a. Yes, even his kids wear Yeezys.
I wanted
Oh,
I wanted to
you
go
know this
back.
episode.
I wanted to go. I wanted to go back
Asiyeni,
kancane
asiyeni.
kunto yakamaXhosa, you know. But I wanna, cause mina angimazi kahle. But
Yeah, come on.
We need diapers on the show.
what I wanted to talk about here was that like like investment of
Yeah.
time in building what you want to build as a business or as a brand, you know. Because now what I've learned like currently now is that when I've been working in different kind of institutions like network organizations, what these guys build, like it takes time for them to actually take out Leo content and teach people Leo content. They go out there and find each and every piece, like it's like each and every content then they research, they verify their content to a point. Is this content right? And then the time for the content to be out there. Is the content like right? Is the time right for that content? Who should get their content? They understand. They also get to a point where they need to know who is right for that content.
And that takes money, right?
Yes. So I'll speak of Activate, the organization that we're part of also with Unat. Activate leadership. They teach they teach leadership concepts there. But what they do is they start with you first. They will teach they will teach characters. They will teach you how to identify your characters. Lemon traits. Like, are you a networker or are you a luminary? Luminary is someone who thinks before they say something. Then networkers are people who are always good with action. Then later they will say, now get into a program that is called the switch. All the ideas that you had in the first intake, now you are switching them on. Then they'll start teaching all the elements of business, elements of research, So they took time for Leon to be there, So Chris Menkis, when he speaks about it, he'll tell you we even went to Germany, we even went to so and so to get the politics, to get them. Then when they came to it in South Africa, they made sure Guti Maba presented the program. They presented in a point where young people are able to understand it to a level.
That's what I'm saying.
They get into
you
platform like this and speak
in what you believe in. Yes. It didn't. I'm sure we see all these tours and research costed them money. Yes. You get me? So when we decide, I think design a brand amategi, right? Fine. Designer amategi or and suit. You're not putting any effort in anything. Then you're gonna come to me. You're gonna charge me 5,000. We print a whoopee. I'm sure you paid like $100 for that, and then you're gonna cost me $5,000. That's my issue. Putting work, putting in what you do. Also, attending those seminars, do research, be out there, mold yourself as a fashion designer, as a fashion whatever, or as a business. Like, be on the know with what you're doing. Don't come here and dilly-dally and then expect with entitlement, which just because we're gassy, people are going to buy my bread. I'm never going to do that shit.
Can I chip in there? Can I chip in there? Nyaguza na kuki raising value points, but ngifuna just to point out something there. In a sense, why are these guys winning? It's because, right, there's those things you are saying, but there's a market. That's why
there is a market. Now the fucked up part is you are taking advantage of that market. You are not doing any justice for that market. So qalile with your short, small street buys, it's fine. It's a beginning. But now you have capital to grow this thing and make it legit. You go back at Kulen Lapetros to print those things. You come back with the same shit. You're gonna increase market value with the same thing that you buy at the same price. It might increase on a 10 rand or what? You don't respect the same market.
And just to add on that, what I've seen is that in terms of quality, we don't want to offer quality. We want the quickest way out.
Yes. Want to cut
it's
costs.
The same thing that
so now, when you quality is expensive, right?
And I think that's the primary thing.
But now, with quality, it lasts for such a long time.
Thank you.
So now you can differentiate between quantity and quality.
So imagine I spend my 500 on a t-shirt that you bought at a 50. I'm not gonna forgive that part, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna emphasize it until you guys fucking get it. Because you are playing with the people, guys.
And
you are playing with the people.
And I'm gonna go back to what you said. Lay out clear. I'm about to stop. I've got 2 t-shirts from that guy. Ne? I can show you even now the quality the guy uses.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of your rabbits? Because most of us are wearing it.
I mean, I feel like, guys, I'm going to be personal with the rabbits.
Can I not?
No hate.
Can I not comment?
Yeah, I'll excuse him.
Can you not comment?
Can I comment?
Yeah, you
but
can.
you're wearing it.
But
no, Kuti, I will excuse
But
because
your
you as a
comment
part
is
of
very
it.
crucial. Yeah. Because you were part of it. What do you think of it?
You wanna
'Cause
start
you-
smoke?
You
No,
no.
and I'm not going to.
Okay.
We're not
Okay, it's
smoking
fine.
shit.
Okay, it's
Rather,
fine.
it comes from the other people,
No.
not
I'm not going
him.
to smoke any shit. My comment.
Because
It's
Gubangati, you
reserved.
have comments, but you'd rather not say.
No. The
Okay,
thing
it's
is,
fine.
I understand where it comes from.
Nati?
More than, I have issues with the brand. I have
The
issues with
Mike.
Well,
I have issues with the brand. I have issues with the owner. You understand? In a sense, Uguti, I felt like, alright, my color sharp the way he was doing it. I loved it. I loved the vision.
The
But
fire was.
I think the fire was there. I think he failed to transition from where he was. He failed to transition. Me, I'm passionate about the cast. Everybody knows I'm passionate about brands. And most of the time when I buy, I want the owner. They will tell you, Nyago owner. Because I'm on the ground, I get to hear people, what are they saying about the brand? What are they about the painting points? I get to go to the owner. Shop. I go to the owner and say, hey, bro, the ground is saying 1, 2, 3, improve 1, 2, 3. And now I've told him of certain things. People love the brand, but now to transition to the next level, I think he lost the plot. Honestly.
Which is the same
So,
thing.
okay, well, now what do you think of the brand?
I got bullets. I
Okay,
got bombs for
just telling
days.
about Fana. So,
No, say it.
Okay, mina I've never like much engaged in because I've always seen it like kind of a lifestyle kind of a brand because every lab in Ibona corner it's either the same groove or like because it was like the talk of everyone kulumanga to say hey, irebit yabo. Then I felt like because mina for me I almost went to buy it out of peer pressure, because of seeing
Because the word of mouth was
everyone.
good.
Yeah, the word of mouth was
No
good.
lie.
Because of seeing everyone, really, I told it. Like for me, it was like almost everyone. Now, man, and I'm like,
Okay.
yeah, because yeah. So for me, that's
No, not
that's
me.
how I saw the brand. It's like which means it's a brand that resonates with everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, Rabbit Gang. First of all, the beginning, guys, is always great.
Yeah.
I respect where Umchita comes from the beginning, where the brand is now. I just feel like same thing because was saying the transition.
Yeah.
Fine, you are at the point that you're at. I'm not gonna buy a sweatpants. 5 clip okay?
Apatinto zakas do.
Aye baba.
As do.
Malini I tracksuit delay saying side without Rabbit Gang it was. Okay. So guys, all I'm gonna say to Umchita, respect the people. Respect what you are giving to the people. You can't go with the mental. I think the other thing, the ego and the pride goes into the brand. Okay. Be humble enough to acknowledge the fact that you are where you are because of the people on the ground. You get me? So when you are there where you are now, it's time now to take this shit to the next level. I'm not gonna keep buying the same sweatpants all the time with the prints only
Change of
kind of
colours.
things. Change of colors, change of fur, because now there's a fleece design that is in. Now I wanna buy the fleece hoodies and bread. Shut that fuck thing up, man, dog. We need real stuff. We need to support something that is authentic. You've built the brand. We thank you, and we vibe with the shit thing. You understand? We vibe with the Rabbit Gang. It's a dope brand. It's doing great. No hate, no blasphemy, but do the real shit now.
As there's a thing a friend
Do
of
the
mine
real shit,
usually say, Guti, take care of the community and the community will take care of you. From Mutumami. That's what he always says after all his pitches. They would say, take care of the community and the community will take care of you.
My issue.
That's what Koko also is saying.
Yeah, my issue is okay. Screw the whole community. Yeah, I'll cook good points, guys. It's always right. But what I'm saying is,
I do agree with everyone.
okay, fine.
guys.
I see what is happening on the ground.
Yeah.
Those are your customers. It's fine. They love the brand. They
Yes.
support you. Be loyal to the
To them.
people that Abasuge now from when this shit was nothing to when it was something. Acknowledge those people proper. Don't push a mandate of doing them a favor. They were not doing you a favor when they were pushing your brand. They were loyal to you. They believed in you. So those are the people that you need to. We want to see
So
you
you
shine
feel
with those
good
people.
team he didn't take over
He doesn't take care of the team. There's a lot of face buying in the crew. Other people they withdrew from the brand because of that shit. I'm not gonna be saying shit.
I'm gonna
Who
say now.
ranks went live on the social media because he was pissed off about it. Take care. We don't need to see people that you are close with repelling from you because of your disloyalty. Us as the supporters, how do we trust you?
That's deep.
Pumba, I'm not going to buy face or say whatnot. I'm going to say to you, we started a podcast, right?
Yeah.
Because we believe in one, right?
Thank you.
Another pinning point, I think.
Very, very important.
I think another pinning point, Pumba, ne? As businesses, I think siba too attached and siba too attached and the egos way entitlement, pride hinders us in a sense ukuthi, especially when you are especially in Atlantic when you are driving. Hey, you get a big head, my friend.
Yeah.
Awufuna ukutshelwa. Yeah, it's mine. No,
so
yekelani.
take out most friends.
Yeah, it's
the mentality of not having financial advisors is the problem. And your own pleasures.
Okay. I think Unati also like says a good thing, like into a attachment, move away from the business, you know, because if the business grows beyond your power, then it needs, because sometimes you don't have the skills and because you need someone else. If you need a CEO, get a CEO.
That's what we were talking the other time of building a team.
Yes. If you need a marketer, get a marketer, because you'll never be the marketer all the time.
Yeah.
You know? Because now, if someone comes with a skill or with a skill whether academical or whatever the case can be, you know, those persons those persons knows the elements, knows the segments, knows who to talk to or what to do. You know, when you are an entrepreneur, you are an idealist. Because you always think about you know, the vision. Yes. You know.
So when as umuntu on a local brand, which other local brand do you look up to?
Okay. For me, I first brand that I looked up to, like, and the person I went and approached Skinny Socks. You know?
Okay.
Yes. He's also like somehow I do call him for a few advices. So then I also look up to one day so Pop.
Guys,
yes.
Can I say something about Uzwai? Zwai knows the business fundamental of the brand. I sat with him for the first time, and I don't think it was the last time, but for the first time. And the way he speaks passionately about the brand, the vision he has, guys. Zwai is Uzwai is not a brand. Uzwai is he doesn't
one
have
of those
to.
brands.
He doesn't have to. He does. Yeah, but Uzwai no step. Those are people that he doesn't have to. They have the vision enough to know where they're going. They have their own market. They know what they're doing. They don't try to buy face. They're not trying to buy people to buy into the brand. If you don't fuck with the brand, you don't fuck with the brand. It's fine. But they're not force it down your throat. They know what they are visionaries of their brand. That's called fashion designing. And Siatelela as well. Now we're talking about people. Now we are
popping names.
Now we are popping names. Now we're killing it.
Yeah.
Now I hear you. Siatelela.
And one thing I love about most of those guys, we'll never hear them talking of their brands
Anyway, yeah. And actually, we must sit down and see. And that's not possible to know.
No, stop. All three of them. We need them.
Just have them just here.
Those are authentic. Now we're talking about
how they've kept those brands
going for so long.
For so long. Because now those guys have had those brands.
It's been years.
That's been years now.
But now, and they never make noise to say to you, hey.
And the beauty about those is that mawuyibona lento. Uyayibona. I call Lucia and I'm like, I need to be.
Lento show you sport. This sport was designed.
Exactly.
I was wearing
designed
yesterday.
Because okay, you need to take measurements. Now it's my fit, bruh. It's my fit, size and shit.
Uyathela usiya.
Ah, guys.
Yeah.
So those are the brands that I can invest my money on and say
No,
I'm buying.
We need to now start being honest with one another.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you're being honest, you are hating.
Hey, bazosinyisa.
They
Kule
will do
episode.
it or without you.
Ah,
Look, I don't know anyone anything. Or anything.
Guys,
We
we're out
don't
of
any
time.
bad.
We way out
Part
of
2.
time. Way out of time.
Part 2.
yeah, no.
Yeah. So we need to close. Okay, Nati as a fashion what? Guru or ngizotini fashion what?
I'm not a
Influencer.
guru. I think advocate.
Okay, oh, a fashion
Local,
advocate, yeah.
local.
So what would you advise nje ama local brands or ama local designers like us to improve?
I think one of the most thing it's one let's just go back to the basics, guys.
Yeah.
To the basics of business, to the basics. Sizibheke sizihlole, understand
Yeah.
ukuthi am I into engiyenzayo?
Yeah. Yiyo lento
Yiyo
vele
le
engiyithanda.
mele nami ngingayithanda. Let's say I'm the
Yeah.
client.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
You just go back to the basics and just build from scratch, man, and just take it to the top, yabo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nanda, keep it short, Kuti. It's all right. All right. Tiffany Bafana. Last advice nje, short, keep it short to local brands and designers.
Local brands and designers. Make sure you put time in your work.
Yeah.
Then also when you invest time, make sure you do more research.
Okay.
You know, find out what's going out, like what's going on out there. Then another thing, formalize.
Okay.
Learn to formalize everything so that you'll get a good business.
Yeah. Kanye West.
Kanye West.
Okay.
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 Okay, now what I'm gonna say, guys, is respect the people, and the people respect your brand, because the people are what you need so that your brand can make it far. So without the people, you are nothing. So drop your ego, drop your pride, and go back to the drawing board. Who are you serving?
Aye, drops mic. Aye guys, ngiyanitshela nina nizwile nani, it was fire namhlanje. Mina ngikhulumanga nakakhulu because I'm part of the brand owners, but I surely learned a lot from what you guys said, and I picked up into ezibhaya yabo. So moving forward, hoping nabanye abantu babonile bayithandile content yanamhlanje so that bazokwazi ukusubscribe, bashare, bayenze yonke into ekumele bayenze baskip. This is Howlers Corner, guys. Niyazi nana angeke bayivale yonke iminyaka.
Thando no 4 star.